it makes me think of there's this guy therapist called very innovative therapist called Richard Bandler, who was the sort of father of neurolinguistic programming. And he talks in one of his videotaped seminars, about people's perceptions about hypnotherapy. And he says that they always say hypnotherapy is false, it doesn't exist, and it's bad. Now, this same kind of dichotomy, it doesn't work. You have to decide, does something not exist, or is it evil? If it doesn't exist, it can't be evil. It can't have any qualities at all if it's non-existent. Then he says, this life means nothing. Well, actually, this life is all we can count on. This is the only thing we know exists, is this life. We are here, we know we're here, and we can only guess what, if anything at all, occurs after we die. So, it may be that we die, the spark of life goes out, burns out, we're gone. Everything in here that makes me me, gone. Okay? Dead. Rotting in the ground. Turned to ashes, whatever, and that's it. And maybe the way that we continue on is that we are recycled through the ecosystems, that feed upon us and turn us into energy for plants. That kind of stuff. At the end, one of his major points is that people are afraid to say they're Christian. Being pagan is more acceptable. Now, I want to know, people who say this, there are a lot of people who say that, they're like, being pagan is really cool, and being Christian is really uncool. Now, I don't know what sort of groups people who say this mix in, but I know that I don't walk around with a huge pentagram on going, hey, I'm pagan, because it could disadvantage me in work. It could even cause me to be attacked by some kind of religious nutcase who holds, fascist worldviews like this, It is much, much more acceptable if you're going to say that you have a religious commitment. It is much, much, much more acceptable to say that you're Christian than pagan. I really doubt this guy's American who's saying all these things. I fucking thoroughly doubt that where he lives, it would be less acceptable to be Christian than it would be to be pagan. I don't understand where people draw this from. Yes, there is a view among a lot of young people that religion, especially Christianity, is very boring and crap. But there's a reason for that. It's because of the excessive restrictions on non-harmful behaviour. These rules, lack of freedom. They want to be free, and they resent people trying to tell them what to do and tie them down. And then at the end, his last sort of point is that he criticizes pagans for not understanding the Bible, saying they bring no solid arguments to the table and that they cherry pick verses from the Bible. But that's exactly what he did by claiming that the Wiccan Rede was do what thou will and that's it. It's just bullshit. We understand the Bible. We just don't find, this be-all and end-all truth in it. Some of us are repulsed by aspects of it. It doesn't mean that we dismiss everything in the Bible, though. I mean, I know that myself, there are a lot of sort of proverbs and sayings attributed to Jesus that I think are great philosophical texts. I derive great wisdom from them. I think they're fantastic. But that doesn't mean that I believe that your Bible is true. So, anyway, I hope people found that entertaining. I had to say it at some point. Since I saw the video, I just sat down and I wrote a whole bunch of notes, and I had to get it off my chest because it was, quite frankly, it pissed me off. So, anyway, thanks for watching, and blessed be. See ya.